It began with something so simple, a friend request, a name, a smiling profile picture. For most people, it would mean nothing more than another face added to a growing list of online acquaintances. But for one young woman in Nigeria, it was the start of a nightmare that would end in betrayal, violence, and a chilling crime the world would come to know as the Facebook murder. This is not just a story about one victim. It is a story about trust, about danger hiding behind the glow of a screen, and about how a single click can change everything. She was young, beautiful, full of promise. Friends described her as ambitious, hardworking, and deeply caring. She lived in a bustling Nigerian town where social media had become more than entertainment. It was a way of life. Like millions of others across the country, she turned to Facebook not just to connect with friends, but to meet new people, discover opportunities, and dream of a brighter future. Her posts were filled with laughter, jokes, and the small joys of everyday life. To her family, she was their pride. To her friends, she was the glue that held them together. But hidden in her inbox was a conversation. A stranger had found her profile, messaged her, and quickly built her trust. The man seemed kind, attentive, always there with the right words. He asked about her day. He complimented her smile. He pretended to share her dreams. She believed him. Why wouldn't she? On Facebook, he looked real. His photos were convincing, his words even more so. But she could not have known she was speaking to a predator. Their chats became longer, more frequent. She began to confide in him. He listened, responded, and created the illusion of connection. Weeks turned into months, and eventually, the inevitable happened. He suggested they meet in person. She hesitated at first, but the more he insisted, the more believable he seemed. He told her he wanted to see her, to spend real time together, and eventually she agreed. On the day of their meeting, she dressed carefully, excited but nervous. She told her family she was stepping out just for a while, but she never returned. Hours passed. Her phone went silent. Her friends called again and again. Panic set in. What had happened to her? Where had she gone? And why was the man who promised to meet her suddenly gone from Facebook too? Days later, the horrifying truth began to surface. She had been lured to a remote location. What happened there was cruel, violent, and unthinkable. Investigators pieced together the evidence. She had been abducted, brutally murdered. Her body was discovered in circumstances too disturbing for her grieving family to bear. The man she had trusted, the smiling face from Facebook, was not who he claimed to be. He was a predator, a manipulator, a killer who had crafted an identity online to exploit and destroy. The murder sent shockwaves across Nigeria. News of the crime spread rapidly, filling newspapers, television screens, and social media feeds. The public was outraged. Parents warned their children. Schools held safety talks. Facebook timelines became filled with warnings about online predators. For her family, the pain was unbearable. They had lost a daughter, a sister, a friend, all because of trust placed in the wrong person. And for the country, it became a chilling reminder. Behind the glow of a phone screen, danger can wear a mask. A smile can hide a killer's intent. Her story became a lesson, a warning carried on by thousands of voices. People began to ask difficult questions. How safe is social media? Who are we really speaking to online? And how many more predators are hiding in plain sight? Though her life was tragically cut short, her story lives on. Her death forced conversations across Nigeria about online safety. It urged parents to be vigilant. It reminded young men and women to be cautious when dealing with strangers online. Because on Facebook and on every platform, danger doesn't always come with a warning sign. Sometimes it arrives with a friend request. request. The Facebook murder was more than a crime. It was a revelation that in our digital world, every click, every message, every connection carries risk. Her story must not be forgotten, because the next request you accept could be the one that changes everything.
If you found this case as haunting as we did, share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because the truth always leaves a trail, and together we will follow it.